What's up, guys? I'm Justin DeFratus. I pitch for the Philadelphia Phillies, like you said. I am 25 years old. I'm from Oxnard, California, and Oxnard is it's close to Los Angeles. Hey, you guys know how far away California is. I'm quite a ways from home. I started playing baseball when I was 4 years old, and it became the passion of my life. Became everything that I ever wanted to do. And I remember playing the first year I ever played, and I decided, well, I'm going to become a Major League Baseball player, and that's what I'm going to do. And I was lucky enough to realize that dream 2 years ago, in 2011. The reason I was able to get to that level is because I took my childhood seriously in the sense where, you know, I wasn't getting in trouble. You know, I wasn't, I made sure I went to school, and because, you know what, if I didn't go to school, my parents took away baseball from me. So I decided what was most important to me was baseball, but the only reason I was going to get to play it was by taking care of business at school and making sure that I wasn't in detention all the time and all that kind of stuff. And it just, the one thing I want to say to you guys, is the most important thing I can say to you guys is, no matter what you want to do, each and every one of you has your own little passion that you like to do, whether it be writing, singing. You know, somebody may like riding horses, somebody may like training horses, somebody may like riding a skateboard. It doesn't matter. Anything you want to do, you may like fashion. I don't know if you guys are into fashion yet, but whatever it is, find what you love to do the most, and make sure that you do whatever it takes to be the best you can be at that. And you know, there may be certain things about school that you don't like, a certain subject that you don't like, but you know what, in order to get to high school or to get to junior high, you have to pass all your classes to get to that level. And so, for the greater good, you gotta sacrifice a little bit and do the things you don't want to do. And I can honestly say that everything, you know, there was many times where I didn't want to do my homework, but I knew I had to do it in order to go practice. There were days where I didn't feel like practicing for 4 hours a day. But I'll tell you what, the first time I ever stepped on a Major League mound and I looked up in the crowd and saw over 35,000 people watching, that was probably the most fulfilling moment of my life, knowing that everything I did, all the things that I didn't want to do, as far as, you know, homework, all that kind of stuff, it all paid off. And so that's really what my main message to you guys is find something that you love and make sure that you do whatever it takes to get you to the point of being the best you can be at that specific thing.
Teachers, if you want to start choosing 2 students per class that we have time for, we'll see if we have some time at the end. This was probably the most exciting part of our first session. We got some really great questions from the students. We got to hear about Mr. DeFratus further. So if you want to kind of choose 2 per class to start, kind of send them this way, we'll line up for questions. But it's important that you're listening, so we're going to listen to the questions and answers as well.
I started playing baseball when I was 4 years old, so I'm 25 now. It's 21 years. I got the Phillies stand first.
Do you want to ask me the question, or do you want me to read it? Well,
somebody else might have a question that you had as well. So let's listen to the questions and answers so you can learn a little bit more.
What made you want to do baseball?
The thing that made me want to do baseball was that my dad played, and I wanted to be like my dad. So I played it, and then eventually I just fell in love with it by myself. And then so I just kept playing it, and probably because it was the sport that I realized I had a good amount of talent in. I saw your next question. You asked me if I could sign the back of your jersey on that. How about I'll sign it for you at the end of the presentation, okay?
Do you use multi rules in the major leagues?
Multi rules. What is it?
Multi rules.
Oh, mercy rules. No, we don't. Mercy rules. Those. Yeah, we don't have them. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have them. All right.
How good were you when you first started playing?
Like anything else, you're not very good at when you first start. You know, it takes a lot of practice, and then eventually you become good, and then you got to practice more, and then you get better. It never stops. I still practice every day. I'm still not as good as I want to be.
How do you become a professional baseball player?
You become a professional baseball player by practicing all the time. I can't even tell you how many hours I've spent practicing. And I was lucky enough that the Phillies, one of their scouts, saw me and asked me if I wanted to play. And then come draft day, I got drafted, and I signed the paper, and I'm here.
When did you want to become a baseball player?
What made me want to? I love baseball. And that's all I ever wanted to do. So that's what I decided to do. I got a baseball in my hand and I never let go of it.
How's it like being a professional baseball player?
Okay, that's a good question. What is your favorite thing in the world?
It would be probably soccer.
You like soccer? And that's the time you're the most happy, right? Okay, so imagine if you woke up to play soccer every day and they gave you like an allowance for it. That's what it's like. It's the best thing you could ever imagine. Like, oh, when they're being positive? That's a very good feeling. It's really cool. Sometimes it gets so loud that the vibrations of the sound, it moves your jersey. And you can feel it. And it's crazy. It's a good feeling. It gets you all amped up. It's pretty cool. Two-part question. Okay.
What was your experience in playing baseball?
How has it been? It's been awesome. Like I said, it's the thing I love the most, and I get to do it every day. And I get paid to have fun. That's the best thing. It's really cool. How did I feel when I played my first game? I was a nervous wreck. It was the first time I had seen that many people in one spot, in one area, and it felt like everybody was looking at me. It was pretty nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, it ended up being the best day of my life.
When you were younger, did you ever have to stay home from baseball practice because of homework?
Ooh. I'm not going to lie to you a couple times. But hey, we all make mistakes. We just try to make them as little as possible. How did I make the big move? It was hard because I'm very close with my family, and that's really the hardest part. Like as far as there's a little bit different weather and stuff, but like literally, if you want to speak in that term, I just got in my truck and I moved out. But you know, but it's been tough, and the more and more that this is my 7th year away from home, so now I'm kind of used to it now. It's fine. You got a good shirt on.
What keeps you going when you're playing baseball games?
What keeps me going? Knowing that really it's everybody's support. Like if things aren't going well, I have my family support, and hopefully I'll have your guys' support now, and that'll keep me motivated to keep going when I feel like I want to take a day off.
What was your fastest pitch in your baseball career?
The fastest pitch I have ever thrown is 98 miles an hour.
How is your job as a baseball player?
How is my job as a baseball player? It's the best thing in the world. Like I said, I get paid to do what I want to do, like what I'm passionate about, what I love to do, and it's really nice. I feel like I don't have a job, really. I'm very lucky and very blessed to get to do that kind of thing. Not everybody can be that lucky, and I'm very lucky.
What was it like when you were 10 years old?
I was 10 years old. I'm trying to think of what grade I was in. I was 10 years old, 97. I might have been, yeah. I was at the end of my 5th grade year, beginning of 6th. Actually, I was really young for school. But what was it like? I was playing baseball, I can tell you that, and I was skateboarding a lot actually at that time. I love skateboarding. Right on, dude.
What kind of grades did you average?
What kind of grades did I average? Let's see. Oh, well, is the GPA scale still the same? I was about a 3.3.
Whoa, yeah.
You're jealous. Why? It's not smart, it's about work ethic. Do your homework and I guarantee you'll get a 3.0, no problem. How much longer? I want to play baseball hopefully until I can't walk anymore. That's the goal. But realistically, I would like to have maybe 10 to 15 years playing in the major leagues. That would be the coolest thing for me. Two-part question.
What other career besides baseball, if you couldn't play baseball, what other career would you have chosen?
When I was younger, the other thing that I liked doing, that I thought I envisioned myself being, was a police officer. Number one. I thought they were really cool. Just something about it. They got to drive around in the car, and they had the dog with them, and it's cool. I mean, look, you got this. That's Captain America, right? In a sense, you get to be Captain America. You get to protect people. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
And how long have you been playing baseball in all?
My whole life. I started when I was 4, so 21 years. Hardest Little League game to win. I remember we were playing, so when I was like 12, we were playing in the All-Stars, and we had this kid who was 12 years old, and I swear he was about as tall as I am now. And he was throwing so fast, it was not fun. He struck me out about 3 times, but we lost. We didn't win, so that's probably why it was the hardest. Okay, let's see.
What kind of pitches do you usually throw?
I throw a fastball, a slider, and a changeup. But my favorite pitch to throw is my slider.
Do you usually catch people stealing?
No, that's a catcher's job, that's not mine. But I try to, the best way to prevent it is just don't let them on base. Right?
Do you get along and like it?
I do, I like all of my teammates. And the reason, this is important, I like the question because I think it relates to you in the classroom too. In order to have the best time possible at school, wouldn't it be a lot easier if all the people around you enjoyed their company? And to me, liking other people starts with your own attitude. So if you want to like other people and you want them to like you back, then you know what? Be upfront, be nice to them from the get-go. You don't have to wait for somebody else to be nice to you before you have to be nice to them.
Curveball.
Do I throw a curveball? I do not. I throw a slider. I just never could get the curveball down. I went to a community college. One, because I wasn't ready to leave home yet, so I stayed in my hometown and went to a community college out there. And then after my sophomore year, my second year of junior college, the Phillies actually took me in the draft, so I decided to sign. Did it take time to learn the movements of pitching and stuff? Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to perfect the craft. It's like I said, I've been doing it for 21 years, and I still can't do it perfectly every time. But that's the point of practice. Everything, you can always get better. No matter what you're doing, you can always get better at it. And that's the cool thing I think about life is you get to. There's always room to improve.
What inspired you to start playing baseball?
What inspired me? My dad, he pretty much put a ball in my hand from the second I could walk. So, when I say I started playing baseball at 4, that means that was organized baseball. I was playing baseball literally the second I could walk, I'm pretty sure. And I just had a baseball in my hand at an early age because my dad liked it, and I just wanted to be like my dad. So that's what inspired me.
Parents feel when you went to baseball?
My dad was happy. He said, "Get out of the house." But my mom was sad. She doesn't like being away from me. So, but I'm sure. But she gets used to it now. This is like my 7th year away, so they're used to me being gone. And I still every year at the end of the baseball season, I go home to California and make sure I spend time with them.
On your team?
Not in professional baseball. When I was in high school and college, I hit a little bit, but pitching has always been my thing, and so I just concentrated on pitching. I wanted to make sure that I was as good at pitching as I could be, and hitting kind of took a back seat. One more question, let's do it.
Which one do you think you're better at, pitching or batting?
I'm definitely better at pitching. I wish I was better at hitting. It's a lot cooler. This last one.
What do you think your life would be if you haven't been playing baseball?
That's hard to tell. I answered. I would think about being a police officer, but you never know. it could be anything really. You never know what's going to happen. So, but I'm very lucky to be doing what I'm doing. What's your next one?
Do you think you could sign my shirt because me and my dad love watching you play baseball?
I'll gladly sign your shirt when I find your jersey too.
All right, let's give him a big hand. Remember, we earned this celebration because of our positive behavior, so let's make sure we're displaying that now. I hear some talking up front. I'm going to wait for you guys. Thank you. Mr. DeFratus is nice enough and has agreed that he will walk around to classrooms to get a picture with each class. So when you're back in your classroom, he's going to come around and get a picture with you and your teacher and all your peers and everybody together. So let's thank him for that as well. Give me 5. We also have a piece of paper that has Mr. DeFratus' pitching on it that's signed that each student will receive today from their classroom teacher. So thank him for that as well. All right, give me 5. We owe a big thank you to him. He took a lot of important time out of his day to be with us because he knows how important it is to talk to young adults as they're growing up and to spread the message of working hard and having a goal and working towards it. So let's give him one more big hand. Let's keep up the good work in quarter 4. We'll start a new quarter soon in the cafeteria for the next celebration. Again, he'll be coming around to your classrooms. When he comes around, you can maybe shake his hand, get a picture, and then let's make sure that we're supporting the Phillies this year and him as well, and be the support that he needs so he can be successful. At this time, look to your teachers, and teachers start in the front if you want to dismiss out. Thanks again.